You grew up in the middle of a lot of digital technology. For a boomer like me, there was nothing like that when we were young. But you were practically born with a smartphone in your hand. And your smartphone is your gateway to the digital world. It's a world that you know how to navigate without much effort. Do you know your way around Amazon, Netflix and Airbnb? Of course you do. But do you know what's under the hood? Do you know how the bits and pieces of the digital world work together, or sometimes don't work? So today I want to pull back the curtain and give you a peek into that world. Because at some point in your career, you need to really understand how that digital world works. So let's start with your smartphone. Your smartphone has a lot of apps on it, and those apps give you access to a lot of information. Heck, those apps even allow you to run a large part of your life. But think about it. Where is that information really? It's not just on your smartphone. You've probably realized that the hard way when you've lost connection in a remote spot and felt cut off from the world. So where is that information? And more importantly, who's taking care of it? Well, it's taken care of by a lot of companies that manage a lot of servers, hard disks, cables and software. Together we call that the cloud. And contrary to popular belief, the cloud runs on real hardware, stacked in giant warehouses with your messages, pictures and videos in it. But how do we keep all of that working? How do we keep all of that in good shape and safe from hackers? Now that's the field we call cybersecurity. And it's like the security guard at the door of the warehouse. Now why does it matter? Well, it matters because we care about what we store in the cloud. We only want the right people to have access to our private pictures. You know, the be-real pictures that are a little too real. And we also don't want anybody to mess with our shopping accounts. And those are just a few simple examples. And if it's about the data that a business stores, we care even more. Now the hard part of the cloud is that there are so many companies involved. Every app on your phone has a different company behind it. Netflix, Booking.com, TikTok, Tinder. But not all of these companies have their own computers. Most of them are run by other companies, such as Amazon and Microsoft. Payments, yet another layer. And that's not even the full story. The cloud is a complex supply chain indeed. You can imagine that if any of these companies messes up, your data will be on the line. And if you're a company like, for example, a hotel, your entire business is at stake. Take Maersk, for example. A single cyber attack disrupted their entire shipping network. Cargo terminals, ships, ports. The result? 300 million euros in damages. All because of a single cyber flaw. Oh, and your package got delayed too. That is why there are more and more rules and regulations on cybersecurity and the cloud. Capital One, a US bank, got an $80 million fine for a single cloud data breach. You want to make a positive difference in the world through your work. And your passion for this should not be put at risk by cyber criminals who take advantage of security issues. If you are working inside a digital company, you need to know about that. And the inconvenient truth is, almost every company is such a company these days. Surprisingly many job roles need to understand about cloud computing and cloud security. Lawyers deal with regulations and contracts. Procurement deals with cloud supplier contracts. Auditors verify cloud compliance. And if you're in IT, hey, the cloud drives everything. In today's world, almost everyone in the company touches cloud. And therefore, everybody in the company needs to be on the same page when they talk about cloud. That is why there's a body of knowledge called CCSK, the Certificate of Cloud Security Knowledge. I've been teaching this for more than 10 years now, and I've even helped with the current version of it. CCSK is your guide to navigating cloud security. It covers technology, regulations, security and management practices, helping you to see how it all fits together. No matter your role, CCSK gives you the knowledge and the skills to talk confidently to other professionals. Many of my students have become the go-to person in the company because they understand cloud. CCSK can make you that go-to person too. Check it out and see how CCSK will help you in your professional career for many years to come. Or, like a rapper would sing, born with a phone, you're tech savvy no doubt, but the cloud runs deeper, let's figure it out. It's real servers and cables not floating in air. Keeping it secure, that's the true care. Your apps share data from Tinder to Drive. If things go wrong, can your info survive? Wanna flex and lead the way? Then boss the cloud with CCSK.
Along with the phone, you're tech savvy, no doubt, but the cloud runs deeper, let's figure it out. It's real servers and cables not floating in air. Keeping it secure, that's the true care. Your apps share data from Tinder to Drive. If things go wrong, can your info survive? Wanna flex and lead the way? Then boss the cloud with CCSK.